Hello and welcome everyone to Table Talk. We have an exciting lineup for you this evening. I have some awesome life hacks for you.
Hi, I'm Bianca Borge, filling in for Ernie Potier tonight, and I'll be bringing you the latest in popular culture.
I have some awesome things for you to do when traveling to Montreal.
And I have your latest political coverage and some tips to help you save money while traveling abroad. Table Talk starts now.
Hello and welcome to Table Talk. Now for the latest in what is happening around the world. In international news, the Australian government has struggled with the issue of marriage equality for quite some time and has decided to put it to a national public vote. Though it backs same-sex marriage, the left-wing opposition party formally announced last week that it would not support the government's planned national vote. Party leaders feel that it is an issue that can't be resolved in Parliament and would be an unnecessary cost. To hold a national vote would cost nearly $120 million. Concerned supporters feel that if it does not go to a public vote, that same-sex marriage will not pass in the Parliament. Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has said if the plebiscite isn't held, marriage equality could be off the agenda until 2019. Which is when the next general election will be held.
A little closer to home, in South Carolina, after Hurricane Matthew made its way up the East Coast, officials made the discovery along the shore. Civil War cannonballs were found unearthed in Foley Beach near Charleston. The discovery was made by the city's former mayor, who was walking along the beach and spotted the rocky-looking cannonballs melted together by rust. The county bomb squad and the U.S. Air Force responded and donated most of the find and sent the rest to a nearby naval base.
Rescue and cleanup efforts continue in areas struck by Hurricane Matthew. One of the most unique rescue efforts happened in Jacksonville, Florida, when a driver spotted a bald eagle in the grill of a car. The driver then chased down the car to alert the owner. Local officials then rescued the bird and released him to a wildlife sanctuary. The eagle was named Matthew.
It is so nice to hear about a positive story from the hurricane, especially about a cute little bird.
Yeah, I know. It is nice to hear this story, especially if there are places that are devastated and need help. It's nice to see good come out of something bad.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Now here's Zuleimy with Politics in a Minute.
Hello and good evening. I'm Zuleimy Muniz, and here is your Politics in a Minute. Well, debate season is still underway as the second of the presidential debates took place last week. Many critics call this debate one that will never be forgotten. Tensions seemed to escalate between Trump and Clinton, and the name-calling and slurring each other was far from absent. Trump did seem to do a better job of talking about policy than he did in the first debate, and there was a surprising end to the debate where the candidates exchanged one kind word and a handshake. While Trump has come under fire as a videotape of him saying unpleasant things about women was leaked last week, many Republicans have called for him to drop out of the race, but this would be a political suicide for the Republican Party, as early voting in some states has already begun. Has Russia hacked the U.S.? The U.S. government formally accused Russia of campaign of cyber attacks against Democratic Party organizations. The U.S. believes that Russian leaders are trying to discredit the U.S. presidential election. Russia responded by saying that the allegations lack proof. Well, that has been your Politics in a Minute. Now here is Kelli with This Week in History.
Thanks, Zuleimy. This week in history, in 1701, Yale University was founded in Killington, Connecticut. In 1781, British General Cornwallis surrendered to George Washington in Yorktown, marking the end of the American Revolution. In 1854, Abraham Lincoln speaks out against slavery, and in the year 1867, the United States buys Alaska for $7.2 million, which is about 2 cents per acre. In 1898, Puerto Rico was taken over by the United States. The Disney Brothers cartoon studio was founded in the year 1923, and in 1963, the Beatles would record I Want to Hold Your Hand. Queen Elizabeth opened the Sydney Opera House in the year 1973. In 1990, Green Day singer Billy Joe Armstrong dropped out of school to pursue his career in music. And finally, in 2015, scientists at the University of California found evidence that life began 4.1 billion years ago, which is actually 300 million years earlier than previously thought. This has been a week in history. After the break, we will be back with Courtney's weekend getaway to Montreal.
I travelled to Montreal for the first time and it was quite the experience. It's so cool that Plattsburgh is so close to Canada. Have you guys been to Canada before?
I actually have been to Canada. I was there actually a couple weeks ago in Montreal.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. We went to the church over there, Old Montreal. It was amazing.
We went there too. Have you been to Canada?
I've gone there once a couple weeks ago. I went to see Kanye West at Centre Bell in Montreal.
So many artists always go to Montreal. It's kind of a hot spot.
Great venues.
Really?
Great venues.
Have you been?
I've been there once freshman year with the French club, so that was cool.
Awesome. So have you guys travelled internationally at all?
No, I haven't at all.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have. For when I was in high school, I was in kickboxing, and we went to Spain and Scotland for a competition.
Awesome.
Jealous.
If you if you could go to like one place internationally, where would you go first?
Probably Ireland. I think I have some family over there, distant cousins, but definitely want to go see my heritage.
I haven't even been to Ireland yet. It's so close to England, would you believe?
Oh my gosh, let's book a trip after this.
So what about you?
Well, I have. I like telling people in high school I went on this 12-day trip to Hawaii, Australia, and New Zealand. So it was a really great experience.
Wow. What do you guys like most about traveling internationally?
I'll say definitely the culture. The culture is amazing there. Like anywhere you go, it has a different experience than living in the United States.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
The food. I'm sure you probably
True,
tried some poutine
yes.
in Montreal.
Yes, of course. You can't not have poutine.
Of
in
course.
Montreal.
Yes.
Of course.
You can't forget about the shopping ladies now. You gotta have that shopping, right?
Poor college students. Poor college students.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out later.
What about you?
I love the scenic views. I love taking a bunch of pictures.
Oh,
so that's
Oh, yes. There you go.
Well, yeah, I noticed a lot of cool differences between the US and Canada. There are a lot of fun activities and sights to see in Montreal, so check it out. Hey guys, this is Courtney and today we're in Montreal. Kicking off our journey today, we are here at the Biodome. This was originally built in 1976 for the Olympic Games, but has now become one of the most popular attractions here in Montreal. It is the home to 4 American ecosystems with over 250 animal species and 750 plant species. It is a great educational facility. Let's check it out. Take a look at how beautifully clear the water is. You can see all of the fish and the birds. Check out how cute and adorable these little penguins are. Well, that was absolutely amazing. I can't believe how many animals were in there, especially the penguins. They were definitely my favourite. A fascinating quality of Montreal is its history and beautiful architecture. Montreal is considered to be a modern city but has a very rich past. This is Notre Dame Basilica. The building you see now was constructed in the early 1800s, but before that there was a smaller chapel here. The congregation outgrew the original chapel and plans were made to construct what is here today. It houses a century-old pipe organ and many stained glass windows telling the story of Montreal's religious history. Religious services are still held here each Sunday and visitors' tours are still available all year round. If you are looking for culture, then you need to check out Old Montreal. This is the oldest area in the city and is a perfect mix of North American and European cultures. The streets are cobblestone and there are an array of restaurants featuring cuisine from around the world. It is so famous for its food that there is even an Old Montreal food tour that you can buy tickets for, but you better do it early because it tends to sell out fast. If you are looking for a view of the city, you definitely need to check out Montreal. It is a small mountain in Montreal that offers fantastic views of downtown Montreal, a nice place for a picnic, walking and biking trails, and in the winter it's a great place to go sledding. The Port of Montreal used to be the main shipping point in Montreal, but today it is used as a waterfront recreation area. There is a beach here as well as fun activities like jet skiing and tubing. Today we are going to do a non-water activity, zip lining. I've never been before, so this should be really fun. I really want to do it again. Oh my god, it was so fun. But when you sat at the top, it was really scary because like they made you sit down, but you weren't touching the floor. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like I don't touch the floor, what's going to happen? And he was just like, have fun, and pushed me. And then I was just flying through the air, and it was... If you do anything in Montreal, you've got to do that, because if you're not afraid of heights, that is. Well guys, that's a wrap. That concludes our weekend in the beautiful city of Montreal. The people have been great, the food's been delicious, the architecture has been beautiful, and there's just been so much to do. I would definitely recommend coming here for a weekend, and you can't even believe that it's such a different culture so close to Plattsburgh. 3, 2, 1.
Vous êtes en train de regarder Table Talk PSTV.
Wow, looks like Montreal was a great trip.
Oh, I had a blast, especially at the old port. That was my favourite, definitely. I do have travel tips for you today. First off, if you're going to Montreal, you will need a form of ID that lets you enter the country, like a passport or enhanced licence. Also, they do American dollars in Montreal, but it will be cheaper to use Canadian money since the US dollar is worth more. Also, be aware that the locals speak French as their primary language, so everything like signs and menus are in French. Thankfully, they're all pretty much speaking English too, but I would definitely recommend an app before you go that can translate a language with just the tap of a finger. Montreal is a city that has such a variety that there is something for everybody to do. There are a lot of museums, theatres, walkways, parks, architecture and loads of other activities, so you'll never be bored. Montreal also hosts a lot of festivals, so keep an eye out for those. Well, that has been your latest weekend getaway. After the break, Kelli will show you some awesome life hacks.
Welcome back to Table Talk, and today we have some dorm room life hacks. First, want to decorate your room with some lights, but don't feel like paying expensive prices at the stores? Grab some old Christmas lights, some ping pong balls, and a drill or an X-Acto knife. Take the ping pong ball, place a hole in the center, and take the hole and go over your Christmas lights. And as easy as 1, 2, 3, you have decorative lights for your dorm. Next, conserving your bags when they're taking too much space, but you still want to be able to use them and keep them handy. Take an old tissue box, all of your bags, simply stuff them in, so when you need them and you're ready to go, poof, all ready. Lastly, want to double your closet space? All you need is to conserve your soda tops. Take 2 hangers, place the tab over the hanger, place the other hanger into the second loop, and there you go, extra dorm space. Well, now you have a few tips to spice up your dorm, and here's Bianca with All Things Pop.
In the latest pop culture news, you may know her from her many different roles from The Devil Wears Prada, Into the Woods, and Mamma Mia. But this time, actress Meryl Streep is playing a different character, herself. Meryl Streep released a film last week titled We Will Rise, where Streep journeys to Morocco to explore why so many adolescent girls skip school.
I wondered if most mothers taught their girls about menstruation.
They don't learn it, actually. It's like a little bit conservative for a mom to talk to her girl about like her period.
Oh, yes?
Yes.
How would the girls understand what's happening to them if their mother doesn't tell them? Would a big sister maybe? Project SOAR provides menstrual pads in a portable kit. The older girls instruct the younger in the use of the kits, and this enables them to stay in school.
Streep found that due to a lack of education for adolescent girls about a woman's menstrual cycle, girls are often embarrassed and skip school. Streep released the film on International Girls' Day in hopes that it brings awareness about an ongoing issue. While the world is raving about the Netflix original series, Stranger Things, data collected by Sympathy AM, a company that collects viewership data, suggests that Stranger Things is not the most popular show on Netflix. In fact, it's number 4. Netflix representatives have stated that the data is inaccurate. However, Netflix has not produced any data themselves. According to Symphony AM, Fuller House seemed to be the most viewed show on Netflix, followed by Orange is the New Black, Daredevil, and finally Stranger Things. And finally, will Daniel Craig return as 007? The movie star originally, after releasing his 4th James Bond film, Spectre, he said that he'll rather slash his wrist than play the role again. However, in a recent interview with Variety, he told an interviewer that "I've got the best job in the world. I'll keep doing it as long as I still get a kick out of it." That's all your things, Pop. Now here's Zulie with a penny for your thoughts.
Are you looking to save money while you're traveling out of the country? Here are some quick tips to help you get the most out of your experience. Firstly, if you are traveling to another country, you will need to get some of their currency. The cheapest option for getting foreign currency is often ordering through your personal bank. Remember that you should order at least 2 weeks in advance because banks don't keep every currency in stock. Most of the time there's an exchange fee with banks, but they tend to be cheaper than exchanges located in public areas like an airport or train station. Another option is to take out money in the country you are visiting. You can use your debit card in that country if you are visiting, and you will receive the foreign currency. If you are using your own bank's ATM, then you will also avoid transaction fees. Speaking of cards, if you are traveling abroad, you will need to notify your bank and credit card company because otherwise your card will be declined. Make sure to notify them a week before you leave and you should be good to go. Most banks and credit card companies now offer online options for notifying them as well. A good way to avoid overcharging while abroad is to use cash. Make sure you familiarize yourself with the country's currency. Unlike the US, many countries use their coins of higher value. This means coins can be worth more, $1 or $2, so don't just toss them aside because they can add up fast. And your final tip is to know your tips. Many countries outside the US do not tip at restaurants. The gratuities are already built into the bill, so make sure you read up on the country's views on tipping, because otherwise you can be spending a lot more than you should. And that has been your penny for a thought. After the break, we will learn more on your latest community news. Welcome back to Table Talk. Now for what's happening in your community.
Vice President Joe Biden is expected to visit Burlington this week to discuss the Cancer Moonshot Project. He will be representing the White House at the Cancer Moonshot Project, which takes place at the UVM Medical Center. Biden lost his son, Beau Biden, last May to brain cancer. Although few details have been released, he is expected to come this Friday. He will also be attending some other events to campaign for Hillary Clinton.
Thousands of visitors attend the Flaming Leaves Festival last week in Lake Placid. The 2-day festival celebrates the best of fall like the beautiful Adirondack foliage. Visitors had the opportunity to ride on the chairlift to get breathtaking views of the colors. Skiers were launching off 120-meter ski jump for National Ski Jumping Championships. Lake Placid is one of the 2 facilities in the U.S. that can be used year-round for skiing when wet. Its plastic surface works like snow, giving skiers the opportunity to practice year-round.
If you were sad when Sears closed its door last spring, you'll be pleased to hear that Sears appliances will again be available in Plattsburgh at Choice Furniture on Route 3. It has recently gained approval to carry Sears appliances. The Sears hometown store will carry Sears kitchen and laundry appliances. The owners, Jack and Willie Pierofsky, have been making renovations to their store to accommodate the new inventory. Pierofsky said that they are very excited to bring Sears back into the community. It is expected to be open for Thanksgiving.
Now it's time for our Community Spotlight. Each week we'll be shining a light on a local group or organization who is working to better the community.
Yes, and this week we are featuring the PBS Plattsnerd event. Here to tell us about it is our community correspondent, Cedric Baggett.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Plattsnerd.
Plattsnerd is an event put on by Mountain Lake PBS, and it's open for everyone in the community, especially those who wear their nerd badge proudly. They had tabletop game competitions, video game vendors, and a cosplay contest. It was a great event for the community.
That sounds like an awesome time, and you actually had a chance to go there, right?
I did. It was so much fun, and I got to channel my inner nerd. Check it out. Hi, everyone. This is Cedric with our Community Spotlight for Table Talk. And we're here at Plattsnerd event in Plattsburgh, sponsored by Mountain Lake PBS. where it's an opportunity for all cosplayers, nerds, geeks, and anyone who loves video games and apparel to enjoy themselves and to meet other great people who love to do all the same things they love to do. Who are you supposed to be dressed up as today?
Deadpool.
My name is Ronan Fett.
It's Poison Ivy from DC's Batman.
It's a Minecraft creeper.
Being Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, a movie.
I'm Female Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon.
I'm Serena from Sailor Moon also.
Are you enjoying this Plattsnerd event right now?
Oh yes, absolutely. This is my first con that I've ever been to, and it's awesome. I already bought a lot of merchandise.
I most certainly am. This is an amazing event, and I hope to see more of these happen.
Great. So if they hold this again, you will come back, right?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I most certainly would show up again.
So PBS has a whole initiative called PBS Nerd, which you've noticed there's PBS Nerd signs and pins all over the place. So they were giving out small grants, and we decided to apply for one, and that's how we ended up where we are today.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, is this the first event that you've ever had here at PBS?
Well, we do lots of events. This is the first Comic Con we've ever done, but we do lots of events all the time. We sold so many tickets and had so many. I mean, there's a tent outside because we couldn't fit everybody in. So I think we're definitely going to do it again, and we're going to look for a bigger spot.
If you could be any cosplay that you want to be today, right now, who would it be?
Sure, I would probably dress up like someone from Star Trek, Next Generation, of course, because that's my favorite.
So if it's Star Trek Next Generation, who would it be though?
So I even have a Wesley Crusher, or not Wesley Crusher, Dr. Crusher outfit at home, lab coat, t-shirt, and everything.
You'd be a good Dr. Beverly, huh?
Be Dr. Beverly, yeah.
So we are coming down to the Plattsnerd event, and it was a wonderful turnout today. Everything was absolutely amazing. All of the organizations in the community came out. So many community members as well enjoyed everything about it. All of the games, all of the cosplayers. This has been a great event, and I hope to come back to this event next year. Until then, stay cosplaying, be merry, stay happy, folks in Plattsburgh.
That looks like you had a great time.
It was an awesome time, and I definitely recommend for anyone interested to attend next year's event. It is so nice to have an event like this in the community. It was very interesting. You saw a lot of card games, a lot of people played Pokemon, they walked around, and it was very cool to see the Magic the Gathering folks. They absolutely love that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool to see something like that happen in Plattsburgh.
Yeah, definitely. Well, now to check out our community calendars for upcoming events. Save the date for October 21st for a free concert at the Strand Center for the Arts. Students of the SUNY Plattsburgh Music Department will be putting on a brown bag concert where listeners are welcome to bring their lunch and enjoy the music and the art gallery.
And on October 24th, the League of Women Voters will be holding a forum for local candidates to discuss the issues that the community is facing. The forum will take place in Krinovitz Auditorium at SUNY Plattsburgh at 6:15 p.m. Those are some cool events coming up.
Yeah, definitely. Being my first year voting, I think I might stop by to the voter forum.
Awesome. I voted a couple times, so I'm definitely looking forward to putting my vote in this. It's very important. Can't wait to do that.
Yeah, we have to get the young people out there,
Yeah, especially with an election like this with these type of candidates.
It is very important, and I'm always an advocate for pushing people to vote, especially to register.
Well, that is all the time we have for today. Talk with you next time on Table Talk.